I just finished Feel Good Productivity by Ali Abdaal today in the library. So excited to finish this book. This book, subtitled How to Do More of What Matters to You. He is the world's most followed productivity expert. So just finished his book today. I noticed Ali from his YouTube channel. They're on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel where he talks about a lot of productivity stuff. And I was looking at a couple videos and I went to another video and he was talking, I can't remember what he was talking about. It was 7 steps to something. And I just really liked the way he delivered his video. I really liked the graphics, what he was communicating. And I really liked that he did a lot of research. And so I noticed, I started reading and started clicking links. And went, wait a minute, he had a book. He talked about a pre-order of a book. He had a Zoom event, an online productivity event, like a community event I went to. He talked about his book. I purchased the book. You can click the link in the show notes to purchase yours. But I just really, like I said, I watched his videos. He has a lot of videos. He gives a lot of stuff about productivity. And I thought his story was very, very intriguing because he was a doctor. He studied and became a doctor. And then he just started a business, became a YouTuber and helps other YouTubers. And I thought that was pretty cool that he followed his passion. So many times in life, people follow what they want. I remember when we were in middle school, they would tell us, be a doctor, be a lawyer, because they would show us the salary numbers. And so we'd always pick that. But like personally, what I've done is I follow my passion and it's been pretty cool. And so I wanted to read the book to support. I really like what he did. But the book, I really like what he talked about. I really like what he talked about on his YouTube channel. You can check out his channel. It's in the show notes as well. But the book's broken into 3 parts. So it's broken into 3 parts. Part 1 is about how feel-good productivity can help energize us. Part 2 is about how feel-good productivity can help us overcome procrastination. And part 3 is about how feel-good productivity can help us sustain the productivity we have in our lives. And each one of those parts that I mentioned is broken down into even more impactful sub parts. But let me show you. Oh yeah, sorry. So I tell you this, I did notes this way. Learned this from Alex with books. This is a way to take notes. So when I underline anything in the book, I come back here and put them in the show notes. You can check out my video here talking more about that note system and how it benefited me. Sorry, I was looking at the screen as you look at here. But you can check out my video here talking about that note system and how it benefited me. So back to the parts here. So part 1, energize. Chapter 1 was about play. Chapter 2, power. Chapter 3, people. Part 2, which unblock, we talk about procrastination. Chapter 4 was seek clarity, find courage, get started. And then part 3, sustaining, is chapter 7 was conserve. Chapter 8 was recharge, and chapter 9 was align. And like I said, it's a pretty quick read. It took me a while to read it because I was really excited, but I did not make time. And when I made time, I actually got to get through the book. All right, so let's talk about my 3 takeaways. Takeaway number one is there is a ton of productivity exercises, examples, and things you can do in this book. A ton. He did immense research of studies of different professionals, of productivity things he's used, what he's broken down, how it's helped him. There is whatever you want is in here. Seriously, there's a ton of productivity tips in this book. Now, whenever there's a ton of things, you have to pick what works best with you. So my 2 favorite that he talked about was the 12-month celebration. The first one, is the 12-month celebration. So that is, you're looking ahead. And so you're looking ahead and you're planning, I'm going to sit down with my best friend or whoever in your life, and you're going to talk 12 months. So for me, right now, I'm working on my fitness journey. So a 12-month celebration will be like, hey, I sit down with my wife and say, hey, just want to let you know this time last year or the last year I've lost 35 pounds. So you're talking about whatever it may be that you want. If you want to save money or you want to pay off your debt, you're sitting there having a 12-month celebration as if it's happening. And it's creating your goals, or you're sitting down and saying, hey, this time last year, we paid off $15,000, whatever it may be for you. Or this time last year, we purchased this, or this time last year, I got this guest on my podcast, or this time last year, I learned about this. I love that because whatever it is that you're focused on, you get to sit and have a 12-month celebration. So your goals are set for that. So for me, it may say, hey, I got to, this time last year, I got to do my 200th podcast episode, whatever it may be. You can find that in a link in the show notes, but you're getting to sit down and talk about what you've done in the 12 months. I love that. The second thing he brought up was an incredible study on nature, how bringing nature into where you are creates so much productivity. He was talking about there were patients who had just finished having gallbladder surgery. And there were some patients that were in the hospital that were able to look outside, and the other patients looked at the wall. And those who looked outside recovered a day or two faster and had to take less pills because of the nature. And those who looked at the wall recovered slower. And so now, of course, hospitals are built a lot differently because of studies like that. But they also found it's not necessarily even just nature as itself, like looking out to nature. There was one study where they put people, there's a wall and then there was a picture of nature and people did better, or there are sounds of nature and people did better. So bringing nature into productivity was something I really like. I'm going to get a house plant here pretty soon, one of the snake plants, because they do so much for the air. But I thought that was really, really cool. Those two productivity examples were huge for me. Once again, it's a ton in here. It's a ton of feel good productivity tips in there, but you got to pick what you want. Takeaway number 2 for me was nice goals. And so nice goals is a kind of a spin on SMART goals. And so let me open this up, because I always forget one of the SMARTs. I know it's specific, measurable, attainable. See, this is what I'm opening up right now. But I really like the way that they did. He has something called NICE goals to combat SMART goals. So SMART goals are specific, measurable, assignable, relevant, and time related. So studies show through these, with SMART goals, that even though they can increase productivity or have success, they also have unintended negative consequences. It was like, yo, this is crazy, not SMART goals. And so what the author created was NICE goals, which are near term, input-based, controllable, and energizing. And so I really, really like that, because we think near term, hey, let me do this, instead of saying, hey, I'm gonna lose 35 pounds by the end of the year. Okay, near term, I'm gonna do this every single day, right? Input based, every single day or daily, right? Near term and input based, this controllable, I'm doing it and it energizes me. I'll listen to this music. So here's some examples here I'll use from the book. And so, fitness. So here it is, fitness. The SMART goal will be lose 20 pounds within the next 3 months. The NICE goal is exercise for 30 minutes daily, focusing on activities that are enjoyable and manageable. Career. The SMART goal is get a promotion to a senior management position within 2 years. The NICE goal is dedicate an hour each week to improving one key skill or networking with industry professionals. So you see there the difference between the SMART goals and the NICE goals. The NICE goals are you're drilling down to, I hate these word niche, but you're niching down to exactly what you need to do to get that goal done. And then takeaway number 3, they talked about tracking progress, how tracking progress is huge. And that was so timely for me, because there are so many things I want to do in my life as far as productivity or as far as goals. And I just haven't tracked them. After I read that, I literally printed out a habit tracker, and I am now tracking. It's on my dresser. My wife, they talked about accountability partners in here and the power of accountability. But my wife, she's able to see it and talk to me. Hey, did you do this? Did you eat your 2 vegetables? Did you go for your walk? Did you go to the gym? Did you read your Bible? Did you journal? Whatever it may be, I have on the tracker. But tracking the progress helps you see where you are. And by tracking, it helps you not only see where you are, but you're able to make adjustments as well. Okay, I looked at last week. I want to work out 3 days a week, but I always do it Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Is there a way I can create time early in the week? And so by tracking the progress, you're able to see not only that you are doing it, if you are or if you aren't, but you're able to make adjustments as well. And so that one was what I needed. Some of you all may think, yeah, that's simple, but I needed to see that, because that's just where I was at right now in my goal journey and productivity journey. Tracking progress is huge to accomplishing the goals that we have. Here's a couple excerpts from the book about tracking progress. In this study, they found that tracking progress, whether through writing down progress goals or writing down output goals, dramatically increases your chances of actually attaining the goal. Above all, tracking your progress provides you with tangible evidence that you're moving towards your goals. And so this helps me. It helps me tangibly, like they said, tangibly check, oh, I got that done. And I like it too because there's a kinesthetic aspect of it. Like I have to find the paper, I have to check it, I have to look at it before I go to sleep. I like touch, and so that's huge for me. So that's the book. Like I said, I love it. Feel Good Productivity. He talks about fighting against the hustle culture, fighting against, you know, discipline, which works, but how long does it work? But it talks about the feel good productivity, like how you can have productivity and it can feel good, like literally. These studies or what he talked about, and let me open this up. Sorry, y'all, this is probably one of the longest reviews I've done because this book is just, it has so much. But I'll show you this graph right here. And this really, when I first opened the book, I was like, let's go. This is what I'm talking about. But, you know, feeling good, when you feel good, it boosts your energy, it reduces your stress, and it enriches your life. So that's the kind of productivity I want. I want my energy to be boosted. I want my stress levels to be low, and I want to enrich my life. And so there it is right there, is what feeling good can do for you. So this book, Feel Good, Productivity by Ali Abdaal, is a really, really good read. Ali, thank you so much for this book. And yeah, there it is. Check out these videos here of other books that I've read, and please get your copy of this book. Check the show notes. Have a great day.